Welcome to the Squares of the Roundtable podcast. I'm Jeff Stein, and with me this week is Mike Boyle. Really? I can't even do a full introduction, huh? I can't even get that out. I had that all done. For the first time, I was going to get it out. It was going to sound good. Nope. Ivan just goes boom right through it. Cloudy Ivan Rivera, Mike Boyle has yet to talk. He's probably sitting here going, we should totally start over.
Hi.
But we're not. We're not.
You want to get that?
No, we're not. We're not going to start over. Ivan,
Okay, fine. All right.
No, as usual, Ivan blows his load before he should.
Oh, it's like that now. Okay.
I don't know. I guess it is. Mike, how are you this week?
I'm doing awesome, Jeff. Doing great. Had a good weekend.
Doing good. Doing good.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
How you doing, Jeff?
Not too bad. Actually got to do some gaming over the weekend, and trying to think if there was any. Caught Deadpool 2 again because apparently it's on HBO. So
yeah, I watched it too last night.
It's a family movie, so
family's an F word.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but my mom didn't seem to think so. She was like, "What the fuck is that?" But yeah,
50 times in a movie.
kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, I guess. So Ivan, did you do anything interesting for Valentine's Day?
I performed over at Logan Arcade for Valentine's Day. We had a Valentine's Day benefit for Between Friends, which was a place where they they protect people who are going through domestic battery.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did a benefit for them, and here it is. While I'm about halfway into the first hour, here comes Julie, here comes Grace. They walk in with all these balloons and a Valentine's Day card. Everybody applauded. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I was totally surprised. I had no clue this was going to take place. They stuck around for a few hours. They drove all the way from Indiana to show up for Valentine's Day. That was amazing. That was so amazing.
You know what song is not a good idea to play at a benefit like that?
What's that?
Smack My Bitch Up by Prodigy.
I played the other cut off of that 12-inch.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I did play Prodigy at Cafe Mustache. I did.
Yeah, you're playing with fire, my friend.
But as far as that was concerned, that was the thing that happened at Logan Arcade was amazing. Of course, I love you, Julie. Thank you again. Thanks, Gracie.
I'm like, I'm so embarrassed.
No, it wasn't like, sissified or anything like that, but it was like, everybody applauded. That freaked me out. I was like, dang. It's like, I don't know, they must have thought we planned this or something, but yeah, I was totally blind to me.
I think the only noise that we heard from Ivan that came up was bang.
Hello.
We used to have all those carts and stuff back in the day. Carts, that's like an 8-track for you kids. That was like before the cassette for you millennials. And for you millennials who are going, what's a cassette? Google it.
Right on.
Absolutely. As usual, enough for Valentine's Day where I ended up spending it with my mom and my aunt. So not exactly the greatest Valentine's Day. So, but hey, got a chance to go to Graziano's, which phenomenal place up on the north side of town. Always enjoy it. So,
what do you usually get there? When you're there, what's good?
It's funny. I've known the owner since I was like a teenager. His uncle owned a place called Maxwell's in Morton Grove. Honestly, his food's really, really good. Stuff like, for an Italian place, stuff like the skirt steak and the salmon are really, really good. The risotto's really good. Obviously, the pasta. And if I'm doing pasta, I kind of like, he does like a chicken sausage ragu. And he'll do that with, he has it on ZD. I kind of like it on an angel hair. That's just me.
Oh man, that sounds extraordinary.
Oh, it is. It's really, really good.
No, I mean, I'm a big fan of angel hair, man. Let me tell you.
And,
Not to mention, yeah.
As part of dinner, you get, if you do the actual dinner, not like sandwiches, you get either bottomless salad or bottomless soup.
Oh.
So,
I mean, I'll do the salad. Don't get me wrong. I like a good salad too. I mean, I remember going to Antoine's when we used to have the show together back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But bottomless soup, if they got potato soup, I'm in.
Did you go with the soup?
I would go with the soup.
What did Jeff go? Because I'm asking him.
I've not had the tomato. I don't think I've had a potato soup there, but I have had his tomato basil, which is really good. And the cream of mushroom is pretty good too.
I like cream of mushroom. Cream of mushroom is good. I like that.
And obviously they have minestrone, but I'm not a minestrone fan. So
it would depend on what they put in the minestrone. I mean, if it's too chunky, I just think it's weird. But if they use like the small noodles and veggies, it always works so nice. I like it that way.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. I will say on the salad though, they have their own house dressing. It's really pretty nice. I like it.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, it's that was the holiday for me.
Cool.
Matter of fact, what was I just looking at? I thought I saw something. There was a list of the top 20-something best hot dog joints in the city.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting. It's interesting because it kind of was mostly the city and not anything Burbs related except for Gene and Jude's.
Right. Well,
So,
I've experienced a lot of good hot dog places in Illinois.
oh yeah, well. It was interesting what they chose as number one though. It was Super Dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean,
yeah, Super Dog. I mean, the one on Devon, we used to visit that, quite a bit,
Yeah, and the one in Wheeling.
Yeah, there's one in Wheeling now too. Yeah. No, absolutely.
That one's cool, man. I like the way that looks. I mean, it's like all retro, kind of 50. You can drive in. You got that whole aesthetic going.
Yeah, I've been there
really
a couple
cool.
times.
Yeah. I mean, it was, not to mention the food was great. I mean, you and I went, right, Mike?
Yeah, we've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original's not far from me at all. It can't be more than 10 minutes from the house. It's such, I hate to say it, it's a pain in the butt to get in there though, because I gotta make the left. And it's like, oh god. That was one. I can't remember what was two off the top of my head. But I was kind of surprised that Super Dog was one. I know Portillo's was on there, but not high. The only thing about Portillo's is they're freaking everywhere.
Well, that and of course, when I go to Portillo's, I don't necessarily think about hot dogs when I think of Portillo's.
Yeah.
Because I go there. I love their beef. Their slice of chocolate cake is outstanding. Their fries, are to die for. They're so good.
Yeah, here it's this was from the Chicago Eater. Super Dog was one. I know what it was. Wolfie's was two. I was a little surprised. I haven't heard Wolfie's in ages. I haven't been there in a long time.
It's kind of like Boobies. Remember the one on
Is it? No, I don't.
Milwaukee.
I guess. Like I said, the thing I noticed is, for the most part, it's all pretty much in the city. So it's like, really. I mean, there are a couple like in Oak Park, where it's like, that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're missing a few places, if you know what I mean.
I get that.
Because they really pretty much stick to the city. But
did they mention Wiener Circle at all?
Yes, they do. They do mention Wiener Circle. I guess it's moving. Is it moving?
Yeah, because there's some big to do about the building, and that they don't want to encase it, so they're trying to get them to get out of there so they can use the real estate.
Oh, you know what it is? According to this, I'm looking at this. Apparently, they're going to have a location where the baseball team is in Rosemont at the stadium. That's what I was looking at. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the stories, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not connected somehow.
Was that the regional, like the minor league?
Yeah, that's a minor league. I don't know whose minor league that is though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like things I'm noticing that aren't on here, like Michael's up in Highland Park, which is like kind of institutional, if you know what I mean.
I've never been to that one.
No? Oh yeah, those guys have been there forever. I mean,
there was a Michael's up in the city up until recently.
I don't even see one though.
They sold a great hot dog on Belmont by Southport. You know, and for those of you who live in Chicago, yeah.
Right. For the rest of you, we're just making you hungry. I mean, the funny part is like Poochie's is not here, but and then again, that's not what I go to Poochie's for. Just like you were saying about Portillo's.
Exactly. Yeah.
Portillo's is on the list, but really in reality, if I'm going to Portillo's, I'm getting a beef or I'm getting a Maxwell. That's really kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it's funny though, because with Superdog, I kind of have the same reaction because it's like I could get a hot dog, but it's like, you know, what is it? The Whoopski dog? Is that the Polish where they do it with the?
I think you're right. I think that's about
right. What it is was hold on. Now I gotta look.
There's a regional hot dog chain up by me called Tommy's.
Okay.
And they make a good hot dog. They use the Vienna beef.
Did we eat at Tommy's once?
Oh, yeah.
Twice?
Yeah, we've eaten there.
Yeah.
I've had you in town. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Whoopski dog is a Polish sausage. It's they say special sauce, but really it's barbecue sauce with grilled onion and pickle.
Okay, I'll
really
take it.
Good. Honestly, it's really pretty good.
No, I'll take it. I mean, I like a good Polish or Italian sausage every now and again.
It's not Italian. It's more like they're calling it our child-broiled version of Romanian Hungarian Polish sausage.
Okay, so that's not like a Zwarsky sausage or kielbasa or anything like that, right?
That's a good question. I know. Well, Italian and Polish are definitely different for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So that's why when you said that, it definitely is not an Italian styled sausage. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause, I've eaten my fair share of like Polish sausages for breakfast for many years, and I've always gone with the Swarovski brand, and it's always really good, very flavorful, very good. I mean, if it's anything like that, man, yeah, I'm down.
It's funny. What was I going to mention? Oh, it's funny. There was something else. As long as we're on food for a second, they had this is from a site called myjewishlearning.com.
Oh, wow. Coolness.
And they rank the best Jewish deli in every state. What's interesting to me is I can't help but notice they don't seem to have one in Vermont. Bless you.
Thank you.
They don't seem to have one in Vermont. I'm just curious, though, as long as we're talking about Chicago, or Illinois, any guesses as to what they consider number one?
Well, I don't know that many Jewish delis, but I presume it's the North Shore.
Actually, it's a little further into the city than North Shore. I'll give you that hint.
All right. Go ahead and lay it on us.
Well, as soon as I say it, I'm just going to know it, which is Manny's Deli.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Manny's has been around forever. It's been around for almost half a decade, and that's a good call. Although I could easily sit there and say, I think the problem is that like the bagel isn't considered a deli, really.
Well, I mean, if it sells Nova and Locks and such, wouldn't you think that would?
I don't know. See, it's one of those things where I don't want them to pull my Jew card.
No, not at all. I would never have you Jew card contested there, Jeff.
Right? No, I understand. The reason I'm making that point is I just don't know the answer to the question. But
Are they all kosher delis?
I assume that, I gotta tell you, I assume they are. You'd think they are if they're calling them Jewish, if they're talking about the best Jewish delis in each state. I
presume
would
they're
guess
kosher.
that.
Okay, because years ago on Lincoln Avenue, there used to be a place called Kuhn's Delicatessen. It was huge.
Yeah.
It was so big. I mean, I remember working down the street at Atlas Radio. I was a salesperson there, and Mr. Broska would have me go down to Kuhn's to get some, wieners, and other such things that he enjoyed during his lunches. He had like this loft in the back of the store, and he had like this burner, and he would like cook up all these stuff. I've sat with a few wieners with him back in the day. Okay, there's my senior moment. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, back in the day, too much pork. Yeah. Hey, as long as, but yeah, I thought it was interesting because I wasn't sure where they'd go. I'll be honest, maybe I don't feel like traveling as much, but I'm always good for Max and Betty's. I thought the most interesting is Indiana. For Indiana, I knew what they were gonna pick, and in some ways, I like this place better than a lot of places here in town, which is Shapiro's Deli downtown Indy, which is fabulous. I mean, I lived in that place on Sundays during college. I really did.
Wow,
I'll admit it's a little on the expensive side, but
yeah, but sometimes you get what you pay for,
Yeah, the sandwiches are huge. The desserts are fresh.
Wow.
All I know is the last time I had a meal there, I only had to eat one meal for the day.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah,
that is solid, man.
To the point where I was like, ooh.
Hey, it's what it is. When something's good, we in our nature just can't seem to get enough of it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I mean, yeah, I like a good Reuben. I like a good, deli sandwich. Just as the next guy, and it was at Max's Deli where I got hooked on matzo ball soup. Oh my goodness! And I put so many miles on matzo ball soup. The mishmash, I mean, with all the noodles and all the works inside the broth, amazing.
If you're going that route,
yes.
See, here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about when I look at when it says best deli in Illinois. If you're talking about a sit-down place to eat, I would never pick where I'm about to say. But if you're talking about some place to go get stuff to bring it home, oh God, why did my brain just? What's the Kaufman's and Skokie.
Kaufman's and Skokie, okay.
Their chicken soup is like the elixir of gods.
Oh my God, that sounds good.
All I know is if I'm sick, that's where I'm going.
I mean, I'm a sucker for soup. I am a big soup sucker, and I just, I'm always trying to find like some of the best soup or some of the best sauces or gravies and things. In meals, but yeah, definitely soup. I'm big on soup.
That begs the question. Are there places that you guys like to order out from, but you never go in and sit and eat? You just always take out?
Let's see. Well, I would have to say Jet's Pizza by me, where it's like, I've ordered from there, but I've never actually stepped and sat down in the joint. Let me see. What else is there?
There's a famous Chinese place in our town, and it's always busy every weekend. And 99% of the time, we just order takeout. We very seldom eat inside. We just like to order in. We just like to order out.
Just like to order it out, yeah.
Yeah. I think
I think it just depends on the aesthetic of what you're going for. I mean, maybe when you think about it, that some things are best done in this way because you've grown accustomed to doing it that way.
It's always been a small place. There's very little seating, so there's sometimes a long wait. And when you're trying to feed a bunch of people, that's just how they're brought to the house.
Yeah, exactly. It's not quite the aesthetic where it's room enough for 12 people.
Yeah, it's great food, but I just we never rarely eat in there.
No, yeah, I mean, just like Jet Pizza, it's always on the road or it's always here at home. But no, never stepped in Jet's Pizza to actually eat anything. What else?
I'm trying to think. I want to.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of any place where I just basically pick up and then just walk right back out with it, and have never sat down and said, "Okay, I'm going to eat here." And I'm drawing a blank at the moment. So.
Well, okay. Well, then let's go ahead and turn it around. What places have you just sat down that you really love being there? The aesthetic, the food. I mean, everything that encompasses a great evening's meal.
I'll let Mike go first.
Well, we used to have the place called Foxhole here in town. And
I've heard you mention that, yeah.
They've changed hands a couple times, and their stuff isn't as good. But growing up, we used to go there all the time. We hardly ever got takeout. We would go as a family just to go and eat pizza. And I remember having like the little packages of breadsticks and getting a little side salad, and sometimes I'd get a couple of quarters for the jukebox. But yeah, there was one place we always sat and ate pizza for if we ever wanted pizza. Otherwise, if we wanted pizza growing up, we either get Pizza Hut or we eat a frozen pizza. Now there's lots of places around town we get pizza from. So either it be fast and ready, like the Caesars, or there's other ones like right down here, like Rosati's. There are some Rosati's that don't have seating. Like Rosati's is like a regional chain. Some places, there's one just outside of town where they have seats where you can sit down and order, and they have a larger menu. But the one that's like a minute and a half from my house, that one you can't sit anywhere. It's just takeout or delivery.
It's crazy you say that because I can't remember the last time. I don't want to say. I want to say it this way. I can't remember the last time I've had shitty pizza. And that's not to say Rosati's is bad, but there's certain pizzas that you sit there and you go. There's certain pizzas that you sit there and you go, oh man, that's like the pizza of all pizzas. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm lucky because the original Lou's is like literally 10 minutes from here, and I have a Giordano's not far from here either. So it's like, if I'm going to get pizza, that's probably where it's going to be. But it's fun. I'll give you the best one. I literally live less than 3 minutes from Bert's, and I've never been in there. And it's supposedly the best.
Oh, okay.
I literally live, every time it's like, oh, Bert's, you should check out Bert's. And I'm like, I live right there. But I've never had Bert's stuff. So.
It's hard to screw up pizza, but there's some places where pizza's good, fresh, but the next day it doesn't taste good reheated.
Yeah, and then of course you got 7-Eleven style type pizzas, which they make and they sit under lights for like 3
well, that's not real pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you don't go to 7-Eleven for their great pizza. No.
Well, hold on a second.
Is that around the term for pizza that's not too desirable? Yeah, I mean.
Well, but there's certain people who would sit there and say that about Domino's or Little Caesars or Pizza Hut. I've had friends of mine when I've sat there and made the comment about, oh, we should get Pizza Hut. They all look at me like, what are you? We might have to pull your Chicago pizza card or something here,
And then there were just some of those pizza places, they were just downright elegant, man. They just you walk in, and it's just like it's all just,
that's how Foxhole was for me growing up here in town. It was a big mural painting downstairs. Mm-hmm. Where it's an old representation of how it was back in the day,
Yeah.
How it looked back in the day.
Yep. And then you got those big.
You got those red plastic tumbler cups like they had at Pizza Hut. The red and white tablecloths. Just the atmosphere of a pizza place.
Exactly. I mean, you walked in, it wasn't just the food; it was the experience of it. It's a beautiful thing when you attach yourself. One place we had was when my mom and dad used to have the tavern, Ben on Me back in the day on Dayton and Willow, for those of you here in Chicago. Yeah, we used to have a place called Benny's Pizza. And I'll tell you something. What I would give to have another slice of Benny's pizza. I don't know what it was about that pizza that every time you ordered it, it was always on the money. You went there, yeah, same thing. I mean, not quite as big as far as like a restaurant goes, but comfortable, cozy, very nice, everybody very friendly. And that's a lot of what I grew up on, and, because not only was it the pizza we got for ourselves when we went out, I mean, it's the pizza we got for the bar and everything else. It was just that type of thing. Yeah, so I just recently found out that there is a Benny's too, and I'm wondering if this is the same place. It's up in Pilsen. So, I'm kind of tempted to one day just sojourn there just for the sake of seeing if I could get that recreated taste from the 60s back again. I mean, I don't know, probably not, but yeah, it makes for a great trip for a new pizza.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, to me, I guess in some ways to me, I feel like I got lucky. Like I said, when you've always kind of lived not far from the original Lou Malnati's, that's kind of where you end up. I mean, there were a couple places back in the day. I mean, like, I know there was a place called Esposito's that was nearby that we used to go to that was kind of like what Mike talks about. But, I mean, I wouldn't call it the best in terms of pizza. But, yeah, to me, it was always about, if we're talking about pizza, yeah, it's definitely about going to Lou Malnati's without question. I mean, you're talking.
Well, it's great pizza. Let's face it. I mean, Julie loves Lou Malnati's. I mean, we got the one up here, by Lincoln Park.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, back in the day, there was really, they didn't have that many locations. It was just pretty much that, and then they had the one takeout place in Wilmette. But other than, they've expanded quite a bit since then, since I was a kid. I'll tell you what was crazy. See, this is the part where it's like, see, have you guys ever, like, had a period of time where you didn't live in Chicago?
No.
Yeah, I have.
See, no access to Chicago-style pizza is, and these people want to tell you what pizza is, and you're like, you people are crazy. You people are nuts. I don't. Ugh. Some of these people who think they know what pizza is are sadly mistaken.
I'm going to a friend's house tomorrow, and we're getting Lou Malnati's.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's straight.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell you, like when I was out, there was a year I was out in Vermont, and you have these New York types. They're like, oh, we'll get you pizza. Let me show you pizza. First of all, it's in a square. Pizza is not in a square. Pizza does not come in a square. If there are squares, it's still round. It's not a rectangle. And then, what is this folded over stuff? What is that? I don't understand that. That's not a pizza. That's a calzone. That's a sandwich. I don't want a sandwich. I want pizza. I don't.
Oh my God, you poor man.
Well, it's bad when you have to go to Pizza Hut because they have Chicago-style pizza, and you're like, that's the best we're going to do around here.
Mm-hmm.
Indy was just, in fairness, Indy was just as bad. Indy was bad that way too for a while. It's funny because now they have some of the Chicago stuff that's gotten down there. It's taken them a while. But I swear to God, it was like, for like the years that I lived in Indy, trying to find real pizza was like, oh God. Make it stop, make the pain go away. I got so used to eating cruddy pizza, it was unbelievable. At least it was cheap. That's all I can say about that.
Well, let me see. I lived in New York. I lived in Rochester, New York, which was a point of one of our trips. Remember, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Yes, I do remember the trip. I remember getting there was half the fun.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
Explosive donuts.
Okay. Yes, indeed. But you, with your impassioned letter to the judge, got me off the hook for, standing up for my character. To that, I'll be forever grateful. Okay, but yeah, it was a stupid thing to say in the presence of somebody who was going to drive the plane. I fucked up huge.
Anyway.
Wait. You don't get to leave with that. What did you do?
All right, here's what happened.
Okay, here. Mike
let's hear Mike's version, then I'll get Ivan's version.
All right. We're flying to... Ivan, shut up.
Wow!
I will tell the story as it happened through my eyes. So, we're flying to Rochester, New York, but we're flying first from Milwaukee to O'Hare, which in hindsight was not a good idea. But this is my first time flying ever. It was about 20 years ago, back in 97. And I'm flying to Rochester, New York with my friend Ivan and my friend Randy. And Randy has gone on to other things. But anyway, we're flying to... We got into Milwaukee Airport, and it's early in the morning, and we're early for our flight. So we're going to sit at the gate and maybe we're waiting because we had no carry-on. We had carry-ons. We didn't have any checked luggage.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting at the gate. Okay, we have to go. We're hungry. We want to get some food before we get on the plane because it's a really short flight. And we haven't had breakfast. So what we're going to do is we have to go back through the security checkpoint to get to the food court. And we got our food, and we had to go back through security. And this is pre-9/11.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad. It's not like take your shoes off or any shit like that yet. It wasn't like that yet. So we got to the gate, and Randy didn't want anything, or maybe we got something for him. I don't remember. So we sat down, and there's no one else at the gate but us three, waiting for our tiny plane to fly us from Milwaukee to O'Hare. And Randy and I are facing Ivan. Ivan is facing away from the wall. Behind him is the doorway to the plane, pretty much. The little, what you call that little alleyway thing, that little gate, that little swing-a-mabob thing that you walk through to get to the door of the plane. So you're not outside, you're just in the thing, the tunnel thing. So anyway, I told Randy, we had to go back through the security checkpoint, and they had to x-ray our donuts. And Ivan said something to the effect of, I want to make sure there were no explosives in it. And exactly as Ivan had said that, behind him was a person in a pilot's uniform was walking past him, and I can tell by her body language that she heard what he said.
Oh.
So I looked up and I was like, that's not funny, Ivan. I was kind of diffusing this whole situation. Didn't want to turn it into a kind of get into X-nay on the Oak J about Alms Bay. And I said, Ivan, this isn't funny. And she leans in behind Ivan's shoulder and says, no, it's not. And Ivan froze. And he's like, didn't mean anything by it. And she said something, I don't remember, and then she went along her way. And that was the end of that. So then a few minutes later, we're boarding. And they put Ivan aside. Apparently the pilot rubbed Ivan wrong like that split second. So me and Randy are on the plane. We're waiting for Ivan. Ivan has been put aside. I don't see him. I don't see him near any. I think he might have had a guard next to him. I was like, "We'll see you on the plane," and he's just kind of. I was kind of terrified. I remember. I was terrified too. It's like, "Oh man, what are they going to do with this guy?" So me and Randy sit down. We're on the plane. We're waiting and we're waiting. When are they going to let Ivan on? I mean, they're going to search him? Come on. And all of a sudden, and we're boarding, and all of a sudden they close the door. to the plane. I'm like, oh shit, Ivan's in jail. That's exactly where I went in my mind. So then we flew to O'Hare, and then we flew from O'Hare to Rochester. We took the cab from the airport to the hotel. I called Ivan. He went to his voicemail, and this is, like I said, this is 1997, so our phones are pretty crappy back then. We didn't have smartphones back then. And that was it. Hours went by, and then all of a sudden, Ivan calls the hotel. I left a message. I left a number to the hotel. And I was like, oh, my God, Ivan. And so, I was left a message or something like, oh, my God, we'll call you. We thought we'd seen the last of him until we got back to Illinois. But then he took the next flight out. She just didn't want him on her plane.
Got it.
And then Ivan joined us, and then we had our trip in Rochester, New York. And I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down.
That's how it went down.
But this was like I said, this predated 9/11. Had he said it in 2002, he probably would have gotten anal probes. He'd have gotten a glove up his ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
A real roto-rooter.
That's right. Check the old.
Nobody's gonna put no gloves up Ivan's ass.
Check the prison wallet.
Yeah. Don't reach for the soap. Okay, get it. But thank goodness for that. And like I said, when I went to court, Mike composed this wonderful letter. Why
did you have to go to court?
Well, because I had to face the judge over it.
Did you get a ticket?
Well, I got a citation.
You got a citation for what?
For endangerment.
Are you on a terrorist watch list?
No, nothing like that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I can go anywhere I want, trust me. But the point of the matter was, I talked to Mike, and then Mike wrote this wonderful, beautifully worded letter. As, you know what, just for 2 seconds, you know what, Mike, you seriously should go into writing. You are so good. Okay, moving on. So, yeah, it comes down to this. I presented it. Mike stood by my character. Which, what, to a guy like me,
At this point, I had known Ivan less than 2 years. So I still didn't really know him. I still don't really know him. I'm just kidding. But who is Ivan anyway? Who is this guy, Jeff? Anyway.
I don't know.
But
I know you sleep underneath the transmitter.
You guys were following me years ago. If you don't know me by now, man. I'm still a man hunter, dude. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about. So we talked about pizza in Rochester, New York, Ivan. That's where we're getting to.
Okay, well, pizza in Rochester, New York. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Oh my goodness, come on! No, this is no time for my brain to freeze. Paretti's was the place in Rochester, New York, and then of course, they had all their other, regular tourist affairs, Domino's and stuff like that. And but remember the restaurant I took you guys to for breakfast, though?
Yeah, the Greasy Spoon, I remember.
Yeah, I gave him some real Rochester, New York hospitality. It's like, yeah, this place here, when I used to work for the employment store, yeah, this was breakfast. Which if I remember correctly, you guys liked it quite a bit.
Oh, I loved it. I loved that food. It was good breakfast.
Yep. But Paretti's is the name that comes to mind when it comes to pizza in Rochester, New York. Although, with everything that happened throughout that whole fair was just mind blowing. That was the one that Stan Bush was in, remember?
Yeah, it was BotCon '97. Yeah, that was the one where Wu-Tang Clan was playing another concert near there, and they trashed one of the elevators and set off the fire alarm in the 4-Point Sheraton.
Because they had the 4th, 5th, and 6th floor all blocked off or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the elevators was damaged as a result. That's all I remember.
You realize all you had to do was stop at Wu-Tang Clan, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was crazy because the concerts were not far apart, so it was just that type of a situation. And I had who was with us, Mike?
Randy.
Randy. Yeah, so Randy and Mike had gone to bed. Me being the puta that I am, I was out to see if there was any of the old memories hanging around. So I went ahead and was out looking for old friends and old girlfriends, in the hopes. But then, it was like I came back to the building later that night, and I guess it must have been, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning maybe. And so then I'm going up the elevator, and just to come out to see that there's this damaged elevator, doors not closing all the way, it was all messed up. And then it's like this really thick smell of herb, and I'm just like, oh my God. So I go ahead up a couple floors, and there they were, man, all the girls in the the camouflage. I mean, they had camouflage shorts and halter tops, and they're just all walking up and down, the hallway, and it's like this pea soup everywhere. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and
that's cool,
yeah, so it was just like, wow, this is really kind of cool. So I kind of hung around for a bit, and I know I took some of that vibe with me as I went downstairs, because once I got into the room, man, I was OUT, man. Mike asked me, "Where were you last night?" I go, "I was just out."
Yeah.
But I'm hungry now. I don't know why.
Talking about pizza, and I was talking about the smell of weed.
And then, of course, which takes us back to what's the best food when you've gone getting high? You have pizza. So,
Taco Bell.
What? Or Taco Bell.
You know what? Cold Chinese is awful good.
Chinese is awful good? There you go.
Cold Chinese is awful good.
I can't eat Chinese cold.
Oh, good stuff.
I can eat Chinese warm or cold.
I can barely eat cold rice.
I mean, we got this meal over at Just Cafe over on Belmont in the city. They make a great Pan-Asian menu, and I get their walnut shrimp. It's amazing. Okay, with the combination fried rice, and then of course you get the noodles, and and if you want, you can get. They also make those smoothies, that come with the big tapioca bubbles. Yeah. Man, so that to me spells me some Asian food.
well, here's the good news, gentlemen. We have good news. Everything costs a ton in the city of Chicago, right? Or at least in the state of Illinois. I got good news. We have something that doesn't cost a lot of money, and we're the cheapest in the country at getting.
Okay.
You ready for this one?
What's that?
We have the lowest price in the country on a 24-pack of beer.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it's like lowest retail price, or just like compared to cost of living?
Lowest retail price of any state in the United States of America.
Wow.
So we got
the
that
average
going for us.
24-pack of beer
we're a state of drunks.
Not as bad as Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, we're a state of cheap drunks. So get that.
The average cost for a 24-pack, $15.20. What I was shocked by is I figured for sure Wisconsin, right? No, Wisconsin is $3 more. They're at $18.22 a 24-pack.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, according to this,
that's amazing. I mean, to pay those kind of prices for 24 cans. I mean, yeah, that's a party waiting to happen.
I'm trying to see here. What's the worst?
What's the highest? I presume it's Hawaii.
No, it's not Hawaii.
Really?
But you're in the right ballpark.
Oh, it's Alaska.
Alaska, $31.21. Yikes.
Yeah, you can't grow corn or wheat up in Alaska.
Yeah, in Alaska. No, so they got two of the many, things that they needed in the formula to actually make beer.
Yeah, well, the funny part is,
Speaking of beer, on the subject of beer, okay, everybody's got a favorite. Beer place or beer.
I gotta be honest, I am not, I'm not much of a beer guy. I really am not.
Okay, let me expand. Okay, then mixed drink. Let me expand to that.
I mean, if I'm gonna do a beer, I'll go to a cider. I do like the cider beers. Those are nice.
Those are good.
Those are good. If I'm doing mixed, anything with Jack in it is all good by me.
Okay. Yep. And let's see. Mike.
Yes.
What is your choice?
Well, you know me. I usually go with Heineken. That's my go-to for beer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Most places carry it. Otherwise, I'll be a rube and drink Budweiser. Otherwise, I'll have a 7-7.
Okay. I'm a tequila man myself. I like a good tequila. I've got a new fondness for a thing called Fireball. I've been kind of hanging in that hallway, a couple of shots every now and again.
There's nobody who has a real fondness for Fireball. There is your Fireball. There isn't Fireball.
Oh well,
What are you in college?
Yeah, really.
No, but you know what I'm saying. But the thing is,
did someone buy you Fireballs while you're DJing, and now you become the Fireball guy? Do you play that Pitbull song? Fireball.
Maybe Flamin' Ivan Rivera.
I mean, what can I say? Anything's possible, but at this situation here, though, yeah, and I've been lately, going to off major label beer for the last little bit, and but I also well, no, I don't. I mean, I'm talking about like IPAs and doing a number of other things. Also, too, I do little ads for the Logan Arcade, so, to check out all the beer that I've got in front of me there. And, but my go-to used to be Old Style, and then I became a PBR guy for a little bit, so that's pretty much where I'm at this moment. But, yeah, I like a good, well-mixed fruit drink, like either orange, pineapple, grenadine, and then a cherry, and then a shot of Malibu, like couple of hits of coconut rum, and you know what I'm talking about, Mike. The old Parkland Pond.
You get the pineapple juice and the Parrot Bay coconut.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give you a thing of advice about that. When you're on a date, if you drink one of those and she drinks a beer,
we're so badly mixed then.
You're probably done.
That's it. Yeah, my life would be over before it started.
Yeah. Had that happen on a date where I ordered something that looked goofy compared to the girl, and
yeah, but let me tell you something, man. It kicked ass many a Saturday night, man. Mike knows. Those were fun.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, okay, so having gone on to the subject of pizza and food and now booze.
Yeah, as long as I guess you saw Lego last week, right, Mike, or no?
Yeah, I did see the Lego movie last weekend, yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're just like in a lull. It's like I don't know. There's nothing out there until that I'm looking at until
March.
Marvel.
Well, that Alita Battle Angel opened last weekend, and looks like the foreign market is going to save it. And this is the same weekend that Black Panther opened last year.
Yeah.
So everyone is comparing this year is going to be shit, it's going to be garbage, because it doesn't have that Black Panther to inject all this box office money into.
I'll hold off a bit. I mean, I feel like... Here, hold on. I want to take a look at what upcoming movies are. But, I mean, we looked at... this is what we talked about was, we talked a little bit about this where it just seemed like there wasn't a lot coming early.
Yeah.
Like, it was really going to kind of be leftovers, and there's a few things here or there. But, yeah, I mean, I think the funny part is they're claiming the Lego movie's not doing as well as it should. But I think in the end that'll be okay, too. But like I said, it just seems like everybody decided to give up on February this year or something. I don't know what the deal is.
Well, I get maybe an idea was because last year it was so over the top, and everybody just putting everything into the advertising, the promotion and everything, and then of course the movie doing as phenomenally as it did, and now everybody's got this jaded view that they look at the movies now and like, well, there are no Black Panthers here, so
yeah.
People,
and I just saw an article from Screen Rant about how Captain Marvel is projecting way lower than they had hoped for an opening weekend because they're comparing it to Black Panther.
Right, you can't do that.
You can't.
You can't.
And it just fuels all that, what you want to call it, the male chauvinists about how, SJW signal, future signaling, blah, it's like women, blah, men.
Yeah.
So it's feeding that frenzy about how, woman superhero, it's going to be garbage. It's like, you know what? Fuck you. The movie's not even out yet, and they're saying it's going to be a failure because it's only going to make $80 million or $100 million this opening weekend. Come on.
Yeah, to me, I kind of look at it, and we looked at what was going on in like December, and we sat there and we looked at it and we were like, there's a boatload of stuff here where it's like, it seemed like there was just a bunch, because there was no Star Wars or none of that kind of stuff to really kind of take up that market, and everybody went to go fight for it. And I think it's because of that, everybody kind of punted on the beginning of the year, it seems like, because, there's been some stuff out there that seems interesting, but nothing where you're like, I have got to get to theater to see that.
Well, Alita Battle Angel, they made the right move moving it to now instead of trying to release it along with Mary Poppins and Aquaman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, without question.
I think that was a good strategy.
But I hear it's doing okay. It's sort of like how Pacific Rim was, kind of anime-ish. It was based on an anime.
Well, I think that here's another example of where, oh, God. Can someone tell James Cameron to shut the fuck up?
Yes, please.
I swear to God, every time you ask him about something, I think they were asking him about Aquaman, what he thought of it, and he was like, oh, Avatar's going to be so much better. Dude, you've been talking about Avatar for over 10 years now. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, what year was that Avatar? Was it 2009, 2008?
That's crazy.
That was 2008. Why are you holding on to that?
He's waiting for the technology to get better. The 3D CG effects are going to be so much better.
2009. And now he's like...
If somebody effectuates that with any speed, okay, that's one thing. I know those things don't happen overnight.
Well, the other thing is because James Cameron's busy because he's James Cameron, which I get, but it's like, dude, okay, you're now going to do you've now created 2 sequels, and you have as many as up to 5, a possibility of 5, and the irony is, now that Fox has been bought by Disney, I don't even think they're interested in movie 4 and 5, which seemed like a lock when Fox owned it. So, I kind of laugh because it's like, I guess people will be interested, but by the time these movies get released, they're going to be over 10 years old. The first movie was 10 years ago.
Well, okay, it just brings about the point. How do certain movies, wear over time? Look what happened with The Incredibles. 14 years.
Yeah.
See, still did well in the box office.
Yeah, it still did really, really well.
See, and that is, I guess I could say that's the exception to that rule. But more than not, when you get something like that and there's just a whole large time frame, people forget. People don't always catch up, or people aren't always going to be hip to it. to keep it, down under like that for so long.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because how old? I mean, forgive me. I can't do the math. I mean, we're talking about millennials are probably going to be in their 30s by the time this movie comes out.
Yeah, it would be fair to say.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there certainly will be some nostalgia to it, and if it gets good reviews, it'll do okay. I'm just getting, in the meantime, the reason I brought James Cameron up is, James Cameron, and they were talking about this Alita Battle Angel, and it was supposed to be a big, huge movie for them, and it's not going to be that movie. I think, if anything, whatchamacallit, the third How to Train Your Dragon's coming out this weekend. If anything,
I think that's going to be the one that's going to draw the most attention, because that's the one, the continuity hasn't been contested. I mean, it's happened in nice cycles where it's still, it's still fresh when you talk about it. People still know what it is, between the first movie and the second movie, and now the second to now the third. So, and then isn't this supposed to be like the conclusion to the franchise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my understanding. In fairness, I've never seen the other two, but I'm hearing a lot of good buzz from people. I mean, I just think it's interesting because I'm looking at the schedule here, guys, gentlemen, and, it's funny because that movie comes out this weekend. There's really nothing that following weekend, and then Captain Marvel hits. And what's interesting to me is I'm looking at, the rest of March, and the next thing that might gain any real interest, in my opinion, is at the end of the month is Dumbo. I mean, everything else is kind of I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that. I'm looking at, here, I'll run through it if you want me to, which is something called Gloria Bell, the Wonder Park movie, which I saw, that's more kids.
I've seen that trailer about 50 times.
Now.
I'm sick of it. It's like that Elysium with Matt Damon. I saw that movie trailer so many times, I didn't care about seeing the freaking film.
Yeah. There's something called The Aftermath, The Mustang, 5 Feet Apart, something called Us, Mumbai Hotel, something called The Beach Bum, and then, they keep listing Netflix movies, but that doesn't mean anything to me. So really, in reality, there's nothing between Captain Marvel and Dumbo. If anything, the next thing would be the following week after Dumbo is when Shazam comes out.
Yeah.
Which is when Shazam, it's funny, April's when things get heated up, because it's like, you've got Shazam, you've got Hellboy, and then obviously at the end of the month, you've got
Endgame.
And that's when stuff is going to start to heat up. That's why I kind of laugh when everybody keeps talking about, it's been a really, really bad opening. Well, yeah, it's been a really, really bad opening because nobody took advantage of the most obvious thing, which is take something is going to be decent. I still laugh because it's like, okay, originally wasn't Captain either Shazam or Captain Marvel supposed to be in February? One of them was.
Shazam was initially.
See, Warner made a huge, unless they weren't done with things, Warner made a huge mistake. That's a huge miscalculation. Shazam could have owned the market by the time Captain Marvel comes out. I mean, they really could have.
Well, speaking of movies, I have begun my binge of the MCU. Last night, I watched Captain America, The First Avenger, and Iron Man 1. Now, Captain America still holds up. I mean, Red Skull is super cool with just hearing Hugo Weaving as Red Skull and how he tears the mask off, and Bucky says, "You don't have one of those, do you?" There's some great lines in that movie. And then at the end, when, of course, we know that Red Skull is on the planet where the Soul Stone is, spoilers, and we saw this beam of light. We thought maybe Red Skull was disintegrated, but he was transported somewhere off into the cosmos. I'll use Kate Blanchett as what she says, cosmos. So, and it's funny too that the post-credit scene for Captain Marvel, the first Avenger, is the Avenger, and I've got 4 films in front of the Avengers yet to go, because I did this in the actual chronological order. And the second one I did yesterday was Iron Man. Now, Iron Man, it's in my top 5 of the MCU. The first Iron Man, I loved it. It was great origin film, great setup. And who'd have thought that 10 years later we'd still be having all these fun adventures with all these heroes? And I did, the one thing I really loved is that the opening montage where they do like, who is Tony Stark? And, you know, he made his first computer when he was 4 or whatever. And they showed the newspaper when his father died. And the newspaper read the morning of December 17th, 1991. That is continuity with a capital C. Yeah. And that is awesome. I rewound just to check that headline, the date on the top of that paper. And then, of course, we all know, mission report, December 16, 1991. So, yeah, it was great. So I watched that. Of course, I watched Deadpool 2. It was funnier than I remembered. It's like I saw Deadpool 2 once in the theater, and I was like, eh. And then when Once Upon a Deadpool came on, I go, eh. But seeing it again the second time, it was funny. Except that it's compared to the first one. Everyone says the first one's better. But this one wasn't, to me, Deadpool 2 wasn't garbage.
So here's the funny part. So last week I saw Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that HBO was bringing it on the following week. Okay? The regular Deadpool. I gotta tell you, I liked Once Upon a Deadpool better than Deadpool 2.
Really?
And I gotta tell you, because the little pieces that they add in with Fred Savage, I missed them. I missed them. Like there's and I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything. Like the part where Vanisher gets electrocuted and you can see Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Okay. In the regular movie, everybody, you blink, you miss it.
Yeah.
In Once Upon a Deadpool, that's when they click back over to Fred Savage. He's like, no fucking way, Brad Pitt. Well, he didn't say fuck, but he's like, Brad Pitt? How the hell did you get Brad Pitt in this movie? So.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was cool.
But Deadpool 2 was an excellent superhero movie, almost to a fault, because it's so concise. It's a great story. It's a great. I mean, you can tell it was masterfully crafted with many, many years of thought. This one, with Deadpool 2, was good. I enjoyed it, but given the choice, I'll watch the first one because I love the first one better.
Yeah.
And some of the jokes were kind of for me. And Juggernaut was just, they dispatched him in a sophomoric kind of way. But it was still good. I enjoyed Deadpool 2. And I did watch, and finally the Bohemian Rhapsody came out on DVD, so I watched it and I watched the extras. And so they did the entire set of the Live Aid concert.
Yeah.
Their Live Aid set, because in the movie they leave out 2 songs. They leave out what did they leave out? They left out We Will Rock You and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. They left those 2 out in the movie, but it still made for a good set in the film. Now, historically, but they did film it, and they added the CGI, all the crowds and all that. Well, the cool thing I didn't know was cool that now Brian May and the drummer Roger, I don't remember his last name, but the lead guitarist and the drummer, they had a lot of involvement in this project, and even like they used like some of the clothes that they're wearing, the actors are wearing, those are like their clothes. I mean, like Brian May, like this jacket or whatever, this shirt came from Brian May's wardrobe. He saved all his clothes. Wow. So that's cool. Like he's like some of the scenes. The actor's wearing Brian May's actual clothes that he maybe not wore that actual day, but it was still pretty cool.
That is cool, man.
So I don't know if you caught.
How about carrying the vibe across? That's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught this, but so I guess Queen and Adam Lambert are doing the Oscars.
Okay.
So they're gonna actually do some stuff obviously from Bohemian Rhapsody, but rather than and there's a rumor that the guy who played Freddie Mercury might join them. We'll see. I gotta tell you, in some ways, I think it's interesting between that and Gaga and Bradley Cooper doing The Shallow. I kind of laugh. I'm like, we're getting better musical numbers on the Oscars than we're going to get on the Grammys. I'm already more interested in the Oscars with the musical numbers than I was in the Grammys. And the Grammys are supposed to be about music, and I'm like, why do I feel like the Oscars already have that topped?
Oh, the irony.
But, maybe the Grammys should have awarded Best Picture or something. Who knows?
Oh my gosh! I mean, the Grammys really screwed so much stuff up this year. It's amazing.
We talked a little bit about it last week, but I didn't feel it. But so you.
Well, no, a lot of people didn't feel it because a lot of the people that should have been there, it would have been felt, but it was like a lot of people were just kind of left out to the winds, come the Motown celebration, and then, no hyping on girl who, did the thing, for the Motown, but, you would have thought that would have been, assigned to somebody who actually was there,
Yeah. Oh, and Star is Born comes out on, I think, DVD this week. I think so.
Yeah. It could be this week.
So I'll have to buy it for Mom because it's her birthday this weekend. We fall into a cycle. Back in 80, what was it, 80, I forget what year is it, 89 or whatever, Dirty Dancing. When that movie came out, my mom watched it like incessantly.
Sure.
And she's like obsessive about this Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga thing. I mean, she plays the soundtrack on her phone all the time. So,
she's in love with it, man.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
You know what? Kudos to her to keep on, expanding her mind with wonderful musical thought. That's a beautiful
it's good
thing.
music, and I'll watch it when it comes out. So
yeah, so.
I'm telling you, that was a solid movie.
I heard, it was a good movie. And next week, we'll talk about the Oscars.
That would be cool.
Did we lose? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought we lost Jeff.
Oh, okay. You with us still? Hey.
Yo, Jeff.
Jeff?
Interesting. He was in and out a little bit. Maybe he needed to get out. Oh, yeah, he left the chat. Okay. He's coming back in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we need to re-invite him, or maybe you can join it. I think you can still join through Messenger.
You can still join through it,
okay.
So we'll just stand by.
Maybe something's going on. Hopefully not another train fire.
Oh, yeah, I remember that on one of the shows.
Yeah, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties.
Please stand by.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So next week we'll talk about what MCU movies I had watched last week or whatever. So I'm trying. I want to get the MCU done in time for Captain Marvel. I might not because at this point I'm starting a little late. I had to get some videos done for training for work. So now I'm done. So I have more free time to watch movies. And I want to sit. Now I'm not just gonna fall asleep during them. I want to watch and pay attention and enjoy it as I would. Not just nuke some popcorn or something, but I just want to have the movie going experience with it.
But you want to have the experience of it.
Yeah,
man.
I'm not just going to sit on my phone with it on or do something in the background.
No.
So, all right, Jeff, we back?
Yeah.
Yay, welcome back.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. You were talking for a bit and then we were out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Not sure what happened there.
We are glad to have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you back.
So we're talking about my MCU binge, so we'll keep track of that. I hope to get done by the time Captain Marvel comes out, so we'll see.
How did it hold up compared to the current movies?
They're still good stories, and the CG effects are still good. I think maybe one or two parts when the first Iron Man some of the CG, like when they were fighting, when Iron Man was fighting Ironmonger on the highway. A couple of shots, maybe kind of Turkey-ish. And I forgot that Captain America had a Wilhelm scream in it. So I was like, I got a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, I think the most interesting story I heard, and I feel like I can share this one, which is, so they brought the Marvel comic writers to the Iron Man set to show them what they were doing and show them the script. And it was interesting because they were kind of like, yeah. But Mark Miller, who is the guy who has written Kingsman and written Wanted and is now working with Netflix and wrote Civil War, was like, this is never going to work. And I guess originally they were going to do the Mandarin, and he was like, this is never going to work. People aren't going to buy this. And my understanding is they basically pretty much scrapped it and went to the Ironmonger storyline, which is from Iron Man 200 back in the day.
Yeah.
But and my understanding is that post-credit scene was written by Brian Bendis. They asked him to do that, but that was something that he wrote for them. So.
Well, the post-credit scene was just him meeting Nick Fury.
Right. But my understanding is that that's something he penned. That didn't come from, that they asked him to pen to start.
And, other than that, I loved Iron Man 1. It was great. So I'll have to rent Iron Man 3. That's the only DVD I don't have of the MCU.
As long as we're talking about Marvel for a second.
Sure.
My understanding is that apparently it was announced that Netflix is canceled Punisher, and Jessica Jones, they'll do a season 3, but that'll be the last season of Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
So, but there's already talk that these shows might move, or some semblance of them are going to end up moving to Hulu.
Makes sense, because we knew this was coming when they axed Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Well,
I think Iron Fist was the first one to go, but Iron Fist I think was the weakest of the.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just only logical because Netflix is going to be bad and Disney doing their own thing. So. Well,
the other thing is too, it makes sense in some regards because it's like with what they're doing with Hulu, where they're going to do those 4 animated shows that certainly don't fit the Disney Plus model. You know, Disney owns 60% of Hulu. This makes sense because if you put stuff that doesn't make sense for Disney Plus to Hulu.
Put it on Hulu.
Yeah, now you have an opportunity where it's like, okay, we might not be getting your Disney Plus money, but we might get your Hulu money instead of buying Netflix.
That makes sense to put the more adult content on Hulu instead of the Disney Play, where you're going to have Star Wars cartoons and whatnot.
Yeah, and I guess there's a report out that says that they're looking at, for Star Wars, they're looking at spin-offs from Solo, a Star Wars story. They're looking at a possible spin-off for Finn or even Poe Dameron.
That's right. Yeah, when we have Star Wars news. Yeah.
My understanding is that that's what they're talking about doing that too. That Disney? It's going to be interesting to see where we go with Disney Plus stuff. But
the news broke last week that principal photography ended for episode 9.
Yeah.
So the Skywalker story is done.
I
guess, and I'm fine with the Skywalker story being done. Obviously, because now Leia's gone, Luke is gone, and then whatever happens to Kylo. So let it end, and let's have something new.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. I'm going to throw this out at you. I saw this on Facebook. I put it on our Facebook page.
Okay, just throw it at us, just not overhand.
Yeah. So, I thought this was something fun we could talk about.
Okay.
So, apparently, the premise is this. Superman, Thor, and Hulk have gone crazy. Which team of 6 heroes will you choose to defeat them?
Okay. Ivan, you go first.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to do this as a team kind of idea? Like the 3 of us talking this one out?
Well, no, let's each pick 6.
Okay.
Okay.
You started with Ivan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he knows that I'm not as into it as you guys are. But let me see.
Now we'll cross, seeing as the Thor and Superman and Hulk, seeing as they're Marvel and DC, we'll cross franchises. So.
Well, it says heroes, so really in reality, that's open to interpretation in some ways.
Well, let me see. I would like to have Thor.
No, you can't have Thor. You have to fight.
Explain to Ivan again.
You have to put together a team to stop Superman, Thor, and Hulk.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That's what I said.
And you need 600 people to defeat the 3.
Yeah.
Other than what? Oh man.
But there has to be a team of heroes.
It says heroes.
Okay, then we can't have villains.
It says which team of heroes, but in fairness, it doesn't. Heroes can be defined as things that aren't comic books.
Well, okay, that leaves Batman.
Yeah, Batman is.
That leaves Superman. That leaves.
No Superman, Ivan.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Batman. Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thor.
No, not Thor.
No, I know. I'm messing with you. Let's see. I'm trying to think here now.
Yeah, pick 6 to stop those 3.
Right, I got it.
Okay.
But how many did I get so far?
2.
I got 2. Okay, so
you
then
got Batman
and Wonder Woman.
Batman, Wonder Woman. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, let me see. Supergirl. Let's see.
That counts. That's 3.
Okay. Let me see. Well, then I would have to say Batwoman.
Okay, that's 4.
Let's see.
Best qualified to stop these 6. What are these?
Okay, 3? Well, then Aquaman would be out of the question. Let's see.
Unless you're going to chase my mom, man. Just like a bat.
I don't know. Green Lantern.
Okay, Green Lantern puts you at 5.
GL. Okay.
Okay, and then Silver Surfer. No, that wouldn't be good.
No, that's a good call, Ivan.
Okay, then Silver Surfer.
Because honestly, Silver Surfer might have been in my list.
Okay. What about you, Jeff?
Well, so Silver Surfer was in my ideal list.
Oops.
No, that's okay. That's not a bad thing. Silver Surfer was on my list because I need somebody that powerful. I'm thinking Batman because I need one person to do some strategy. I'm thinking Deadpool just because you can't kill him. There's 3.
There's 3.
I guess I feel like I want Spider-Man because I think he's got spider sense. So that helps. And then Green Lantern makes sense because he's got the Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah.
And if I really want to go off the beaten path, in theory, I could take Luke Skywalker.
In theory, yeah.
Because he's considered a hero.
Doesn't have to be a superhero.
Right.
But he is a hero, so that works.
I mean, the only other option I was thinking is if I use Bugs Bunny, because Bugs Bunny has cartoon theorem logic, and he can do all kinds of crazy crap.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is a good one though. I would have to go with Bugs.
I'd go with Bugs Bunny over Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would go Bugs Bunny over Spider-Man.
See, the problem is that I don't know, because does Wile E. Coyote count? Because then you have the Acme account. And
He's not a hero.
Right.
No, he's a villain. No, he wouldn't count. No.
He's not a hero, because if he's got the Acme account, that's countered by the fact that you have Batman. So at least you have the tech, and Batman can fix it.
Yeah, okay. It's a good possibility, yeah.
Right.
Let me see.
What do you got? What do you got, Mike?
All right, for me, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Yeah. Tony Stark, because if he has the Hulkbuster, that can slow some stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gone with Magneto, but I can't go with Magneto.
I'd let you have Magneto. He's been a hero sometimes.
Well, do I piss off Jeff and say Venom?
I thought about it. Counts.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't. So, okay. So if you're letting me have Magneto, I'm going to put Magneto in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's letting you have it, yeah.
Because obviously you could just, yeah. Let's see. Someone on, Batman, obvious.
Yeah.
He's got the goodies, and between him and Tony, I'm sure they can come up with a good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Batman's probably got a little kryptonite in his belt.
Oh, he comes up with all kinds of things, that Batman.
2 more to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would I? I guess Wonder Woman.
All right.
Because of the lasso. And her, voice of reason.
Yeah, that's not the woman I thought you'd go with.
And maybe Black Widow to help, maybe sun's getting real low. Maybe, diffuse one of the 3 instantly, Because, I'd... is it just me, or I don't think Scarlett Johansson is that attractive to me.
Oh.
Scarlett
In
Johansson?
that case, pass her over, my friend.
You can have her. I'll take
I'll
Gal Gadot. But no, I guess I'll go with Black Widow because she's got the gymnastics and the dexterity.
And,
okay.
You have Spidey senses too?
Maybe, well, it's either Black Widow or Scarlet Witch. I think Scarlet Witch would be obviously
the
better choice.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I thought you'd go Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Obviously, Captain Marvel. Like, I've read her stories the last couple of years, and her powers are close to boundless.
See, now I'm thinking about this. Shazam would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, to tackle,
you're right. Okay.
To tackle Clark. Keep him in check.
Well, he'd have been able to take out most of them. The only thing you got to be worried about is if Thor decides to basically try to channel the lightning bolt on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Which has happened.
That would be cool. Like a lightning battle between Thor and Shazam. Who would win?
It happened. I can't remember.
I think that would be a great idea.
I can't remember who. In the DC versus Marvel thing in the late 90s.
Right. No, you see, you got it though. Luke could use his lightsaber to deflect Thor's lightning.
That's true.
Yeah.
And now here's a question for you nerds. Would a lightsaber be able to cut through Thor's hammer?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Are there some metals that the lightsaber cannot penetrate?
Question.
Now, you might know this more than anyone because of your fancy schmancy Star Wars role-playing books, but are there materials that the lightsaber cannot penetrate?
Yeah. This question
now you're
up
really picking Jeff's brain. Here we go.
This question's come up a lot because the conversation is usually. See, the amusing part is it's not usually Thor's hammer that we're having this conversation about. Yeah. It's Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
Could Captain America's shield take a hit from a lightsaber? And we kind of think it can. We just don't know that it could hold up.
Yeah, it would eventually melt because vibranium can melt. It has to.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're striking it, you got a better shot of keeping going.
Right, we're just kind of using it to deflect blows and bounce so it doesn't have time to heat up.
Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about, okay, you've got them pinned and you're just taking the lightsaber and basically just
trying to
melting
bore a
all the
hole
way through it, yeah, eventually that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But, that assumes you've got them on the ground and you can, or you've got the light.
You got them stationary for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Because, Cap, he can do this all day.
Right. The one I missed was Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate would probably be another person we could probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Magic. Anytime you're dealing with, the mystic arts or whatever you want to call it, magic,
No, why did I think of Starfire? Jeez, I'm crazy.
Oh, yeah, I finished season 1 of Titans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
I'm hearing from people who have watched this that Jeff should not watch Titans.
I think I'd agree with them.
Okay, that's not good.
That's good. I mean, it certainly does detract from the source material, that's for sure. And this final episode was just it was pretty much Robin getting mind fucked.
Yeah, but that's actually from the comics.
Oh, okay.
That's actually from the comics. That actually kind of happened.
Yeah. But no, I left it at a cliffhanger, and I was hoping, and they've teased a couple of new characters coming in season 2. And to say nothing of the Doom Patrol series that started, I think, last week.
I'm hearing good things.
I saw a couple clips on YouTube, but obviously I've seen the episode that they're in, so I don't know if I like the look of Cyborg, but anyway, so season 1 of Titans, it's fine, it's good, I'll watch it. I think the new characters coming in season 2 will make it even more interesting.
Yeah, I've heard. Who is it?
Are they characters that were on there before, or are these actually?
Do we? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. We think that Superboy and Crypto will be in season 2 of Titans.
Oh, I didn't know that. I actually read something else where they're talking about they're in the process of casting Rose and Slade Wilson, and then they're talking about possibly having Lex Luthor on the show.
I've heard that. We know Jason Todd is still in it. Yeah. And what else?
What's his name doesn't turn into Nightwing though, right? Is that my understanding?
I think we pretty much deduced that he's hung up his Robin suit, but he has not called himself by that name yet.
Oh no? Okay, interesting.
But there is another, obviously, right after Dick Grayson quit and joined the police force before he met Rachel. Batman recruited Jason Todd pretty much right away, and Dick was pretty taken aback by that. Oh, he replaced me right away. But anyway,
yeah.
But I liked Titans. I'm going to see where it goes for season 2. It's not horrible, but yeah, any of you purists like you, Jeff, yeah, you're probably just going to keep grimacing and gnashing your teeth for all the purism.
I mean, do you think I'll enjoy it?
It's a little bloody, but
okay. I mean, does it hold up with the storyline? I mean, does it got a lot of action?
The story kind of it's a slow going story.
So it's more like developmental and the character building and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind it's funny because for as much as these characters have been around for as long as they've been, they're not exactly the most well-known. In terms of the public, they're not as well-known. So I'm not shocked that they're kind of starting from the get-go.
Okay, so now with a status like that, make it a B-line character in relation to the A-line characters or the more known characters? Is that what I'm hearing here?
No, it's kind of like, the best way I can describe it is, like in the 90s when the first X-Men movie came out.
Okay.
And there were a ton of, if you were a kid, or you were a comic book person, you knew who the X-Men were.
Yeah.
The general public, what's an X-Men?
Yeah, most people didn't know who Storm or
Wolverine,
Jean Grey or Sabretooth were.
Right, or even Wolverine. People didn't know who Wolverine was. Nobody, People didn't know who Magneto was. That was all. That
was that whole universe.
It's the future, Charles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like I said I think the other part that frustrates me is at the time when Titans was being produced, they decided that they were not going to give us Cyborg in the show. And I understand because at the time you had plans to do a major movie with him. They're doing the Justice League movie with him. Okay, fine. Maybe you don't want that there. Well, here's the thing. Now those plans all seem to be gone, and here he is in the Doom Patrol.
Yeah. Well, I just say, like I said earlier, I think they're just setting up for a crossover. So then eventually maybe we will get Cyborg in there.
That's a lot of tangles in that whole
thing. As we know, there isn't going to be a Cyborg in another Justice League movie anytime soon.
Who knows? That's all such. That's the other thing. Yeah. That was the other thing that we had with.
Yeah, we've spent many a week talking about how DC is trying to get their shit together. So.
Right. Well, that's the other thing we.
Now imagine if DC would listen and actually hear what we have to say about.
I'm sure they're listening, but it's all about implementation.
Well, because what's his name? They did an official funeral for Ben Affleck as Batman on Christian Symbol. So that's officially done, apparently.
Yeah, he's done. That's unfortunate. But.
Yeah. I think that's my thought process. Is it's like, I mean, I hope it works. I really do. I think I saw something today that they're talking about Armie Hammer as the new Batman, but who knows? We'll see. I did have something for you guys just out of curiosity. The Hollywood Reporter has the top. What is this? It's the top 100 movie quotes of all time.
All right.
Or top 100 favorite movie quotes of all time. I will not make us go through all
100.
All 100.
We're under hour 6 here of episode 39 of Squares the Round Table. We're up to number 53.
So I finally figured out. It's only taken us 40 episodes for me to figure out how to do this without making you guys miserable. So I'm gonna start at 20 and you tell me what your thoughts are. So number 20 is from A Few Good Men. You Can't Handle the Truth.
Okay.
Which is Jack Nicholson. If you've never seen, I assume you guys have seen this.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Yeah, that one. That one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
19 is our buddy Arnie from 1984 from The Terminator. Go ahead, Mike.
I'll be back.
Yep.
That's it.
Number 18.
So good.
It's from The Sixth Sense. I See Dead People.
Okay. What happened to that actor?
Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah, what happened to him?
I think he's in the voiceovers now.
He was in that movie AI. That was trippy, man. With Jude Law. That was trippy.
It's not a show. It's Mike
total Stanley Kubrick, where he was the kid.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
That was.
But I think our friend went to voiceover work now. I think.
All right. What's next, Jeff?
It's not a show until Mike makes me go to the internet. Let's see. How long ago was Sixth Sense?
That was before he was a meme.
99. So we're looking at from 99. Well, he looks like he's gotten. Okay, so he did something. I'm looking for stuff that you would know. He was in Pay It Forward.
Okay.
AI, which we mentioned.
Yeah.
Apparently he did a small stint on Family Guy in the early 2000s.
There you go.
Now Family Guy is freaking 20 years old now. Holy shit.
Oh, I forgot.
The Simpsons are almost 30, man.
Yeah.
He's in the animated Jungle Book 2 as Mowgli. He's in Secondhand Lions, which is a vastly underrated movie. It's really a lot of fun.
What's the name of that? Sorry.
Secondhand Lions.
Okay.
That's a really good movie. He's the kid.
I want to check it out, man. You got some good taste.
That's a good movie. That's vastly underrated. That's
all right. That's cool.
That's Robert Duvall, Michael Caine, and Haley Joel Osment.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's from 2003. It's interesting. That's one of those ones where if you've never seen it, that's a good watch. I guess he did some video game stuff for Kingdom of Hearts, which would mean he's done some stuff with Disney.
Right.
Yeah,
that Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out, yeah.
Let's see.
Love the Trevor, man.
Yeah, Ivan's right. A lot of voiceover work because he did an episode of American Dad. It looks like he's done some TV. It looks like he's done some TV.
Okay, well, good for him. He's staying busy.
Actually, I forgot about this. He's in the Entourage movie from 2015.
Okay.
So I'm trying to look to see if what's recent. I guess he was in the X-Files.
Oh.
He's in NBA 219K. Yeah, a lot of voiceover work. Ivan's dead on this one. Lots of voiceover work. And he's doing some series called Teachers, that I think is technically going on. But yeah, it looks like he's working pretty steady. So yeah, that was 18.
Cool.
18 is I See Dead People. Number 17, I Need a Connery, my friend. My name is
Bond. James Bond.
There we go. That's number 17 from Dr.
That's
Bill.
right, laddie.
You do that so well.
Number 16 from Casablanca. We'll always have Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Number 15 from Casablanca. This is the beginning of your beautiful friendship.
What? No, here's looking at you, kid?
We haven't gotten that. It might be further down, my friend.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're still only at 14.
Okay.
This is right after the faked orgasm scene in Harry Met Sally when Rob Reiner's mom goes, "I'll have what she's having."
I didn't know that was Rob Reiner's mother. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's
cool.
And number 13 is Heath Ledger from Dark Knight. Why So Serious?
Yeah.
Number 12. Hello.
Harvey Dent.
Number 12. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
There you
go. Number 11. I Am Your Father. That would be from,
obviously, yeah.
From episode 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10. First rule of Fight Club: you do not talk about Fight Club.
Oh, that's higher than freaking Casablanca.
What? I don't know.
Truth be told, I never watched Fight Club.
You didn't miss much.
No.
I didn't either.
Really?
Never saw Fight Club.
No. Mm-mm.
That movie takes a left turn that I'm like, okay.
No, never saw Fight Club.
Number 9. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Oh, Wizard of Oz.
Yep. Number 8. I Need a De Niro. From Taxi Driver. Hey, you talking to me? You talking to me?
I don't see nobody else here, so you must be talking to me.
Yeah. Here, Mike, I'll make you happy. Number 7. Of all the gin joints in the world, of all the gin joints in the towns and all the world, she walks into mine. That's Casablanca.
Okay.
Right.
Number 6 is The Godfather. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
I was watching watching some Sopranos clips on YouTube the other day, and it's Steven Van Zandt when he stands up and he does that. Just when I went out, they pull me back in, and everybody laughs. You know?
We're in the top 5. Number 5, Toto. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore from the Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Number 4, May the Force be with you.
Star Wars.
No, it was Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Engage.
Engage, yes.
Number 3, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Jaws, yeah.
Number 2, this will make you happy. Here's looking at you, kid.
Okay, yeah, that's right up there.
There's number 2.
Number 2.
Any guesses on what number 1 is?
Number 1. What would be the big one?
Let's see.
I know what it is.
Yeah?
Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It is indeed Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner.
Boom! Yeah!
Hey.
I've never seen Gone with the Wind in its entirety.
Neither have I.
Bits and pieces on TV here and there, like when they do like a big broadcast, like when they used to do like Masterpiece Theater or whatever on Sunday afternoons or whatever they put on it.
Yeah.
But no, I've never watched Gone with the Wind. Didn't they remake it some years ago and it was terrible?
They colored it, didn't they? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They remade it and it
It was
was
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the original Gone with the Wind, yeah, I've sat with Gone with the Wind. Yeah, it's extraordinary. Okay, I mean.
Is there anything you guys are looking for that you didn't hear that you thought should have been in the top 20, or was that pretty?
Yeah, Ivan, what do you think? What other movie quotes do you think you would have liked to include?
Feel lucky, punk.
Yeah. Exactly. Or Go Ahead, Make My Day from Dirty Harry.
Exactly. There you go.
Actually, that was number 64, gentlemen.
64? Fuck that.
No.
That's in the top 30.
No, it had to be at least by the top 30, man. I mean, let's see. What's another good one? Who was that masked man?
I don't know.
That's television. That's not...
that's not a movie?
Yeah, that's
technically
TV.
not a movie.
Yeah.
The problem is it's hard to go through some of these, but...
Well, shoot just some random ones.
Well, like, for example, I just happened to get lucky. They may never take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Yep, Braveheart.
That's 99.
99?
Yeah.
No, man, no. And how can Fight Club be like in the top 20 and that's like a 99?
No, I buy it with that particular line. You know how often that line gets used? Here's one. It is one of the best lines I've ever heard, but I totally understand that it's not as well used. My name is Maximus Domitius Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of Felix legions, and the loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and
I'll have my vengeance.
And this life or the next.
Yes! Freaking Gladiator.
Yeah, that's only at 94, but I gotta tell you, anytime Gladiator's on, it's like...
That's the best scene in the whole movie, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like if I'm within 5 minutes, if I'm within 15 minutes of that scene, I'm in. I'll sit there for 15 minutes to wait for that scene.
That's right. You, slave, you remove your helmet and tell me your name. And you're like, oh, yeah.
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 I wanted to do that.
The Gladiator guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that in a speech. I wanted to have that before I start to do some kind of speech.
Oh, that's some of that majesty, man. That would be so cool.
And when you have that Russell Crowe voice.
Here, Ivan will get a kick out of this. These go to 11 from Spinal Tap, 87.
What about
No.
I got one. I got. That's not a knife. That's a knife. Crocodile Dundee.
My problem is that this is not an easy list to play with.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Adrian from Rocky.
Yo, Adrian. Oh, God. Duh, exactly.
Wax on off is 76.
I love that speech at the end of Rambo 2, you know? where he says not just but at the first, not like, because there was a big monologue at the end of the first Rambo where he breaks down talking about how the bomb went off and killed his friend. You know, it's a kid, get out of my head, but there was the second. There was one at the end where he's talking about the Vietnam vets, because the second one was they're doing reconnaissance, but they found Vietnamese POWs, American POWs in Vietnam. So they aborted the rescue. It wasn't a rescue; they were just doing reconnaissance. But so that's why the mercs kind of cut him off, and he made his way back anyway. And Colonel Trotman's like, "What do you want?" And he says, "I want what they want." And every other guy who came over here and spilled his guts and gave everything he had want for our country to love us as much as we love it. That's what I want. That's the end of Rambo 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Good morning, Vietnam.
Ron Williams. Yeah.
It's 69, which is good because the next one should never be 69, which is I wish I knew how to quit you from
Awkward.
That would have been bad.
That have made for us.
Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and make my day at 64. We talked about that. Oh, 63 is, funny. Like I'm a clown, like I amuse you.
What am I, funny?
Goodfellas, right?
Goodfellas, yeah.
Yeah. Helping Obi-Wan, you're my only hope is 62.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get into the 50s. But
if there's any Star Wars quote that should be, aside from obviously "May the Force be with you," but it's a trap.
I haven't seen that yet.
Even normies know that it's a trap. That's like from Admiral Akbar.
50 is I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way by Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit.
49 is if you build it, he will come. Just keep swimming is Nemo. 48.
Field of Dreams.
47 is Mama says stupid is as stupid does.
Yep. Forrest Gump. That's right.
How about this one? Is this going to be easy or is this going to be trouble?
What is that from?
I don't know.
Howard the Duck.
Oh my God!
That's not even. Man. Come on, man.
Are you?
I play with you.
I got one question to ask you. Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you? Okay, well that's pretty
6 shots for only 5.
Best.
33 is say hello to my little friend.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. Carpe Diem sees the day's ways is 30.
From
and the Mrs. Robinson quote is 29, Ivan.
Yeah, that makes sense. What about E.T. Phone Home?
I have not gotten that far yet. I am not seeing.
Or
home,
this means something. This is important. When he makes the mountain out of the mashed potatoes in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
No, I'm wrong.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Dang, I haven't thought about that movie in a while.
E.T. Phone Home is 21.
Oh, okay. Just ekes out the top 20.
22 is Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, I thought this was a good list to throw out there.
The only problem I have in that top 20 is just the Fight Club. That's the only.
See, I don't, and the only reason I don't is because I've used that a ton.
The one I like is a couple lines from RoboCop. Like "Dead or Alive, You're Coming with Me," or "Your Move, Creep." Those two, maybe one of those two I'd have in the top 100. But that's just me.
Oh, I forgot. There is one other thing we should mention. I guess they're going to do an animated crossover movie between Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay. I think IDW did a short series
that's
crossover with them. But, I was like, all right. Heard it wasn't that good.
That's why animation.
We've got an animated still here on our page. I'm looking to see if they have a date on this yet. They don't have a date, but I guess this is something where they're gonna do. It's a legit go, so kind of cool. I'm not sure where this is going to be released, or if this is just going to home video, or what's the story with this.
Sounds like a home video release to me.
Might be.
I think that, I concur.
Well, Nickelodeon owns the rights to Ninja Turtles right now, right?
Right, I think so. That's my
so
understanding.
That might be their bread and butter.
So
yeah.
you think
Well,
property?
It's the first time I've seen where they've been DC's willing to cross over with somebody with an animated property, so that's kind of crazy.
I wonder if they're going to do another live-action Ninja Turtles movie.
I think
so.
there might be something. I think your boy Michael Bay. I think that's what Michael Bay moved on to, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Hey, what's your thoughts on? I guess Bumblebee is the reboot of the whole Transformers series or something.
Yeah, they've announced officially. There was a lot of news that came out of Toy Fair. We can make another hour about what happened to Toy Fair this year, but they've made it an official from Hasbro that yes, Bumblebee is a reboot and that the Michael Bay franchise is no more. There will be no more live-action Transformer movies in the Michael Bay continuity. And I'm great. I was done with Michael Bay at the end of 4. The 5th one was garbage. So
gratuitous.
It was terrible. So there's parts of all 5 of the Michael Bay Transformer movies that kind of are reboots in and of themselves, whereas they ignore the continuity from the previous film or films. So I'm okay with this. Make it start it over. But I can understand why they had to make Bumblebee exactly almost aside from the Volkswagen parts on him. I mean, his head is pretty much the same. His head and face are the same as how he looked in the other 5 Bay movies because they're just so recognizable. But obviously, all the other robots, obviously the iconic ones, they all look like a more stylized version of their original forms from the cartoon.
I see.
So I'm totally okay with Bumblebee being a reboot. So, yeah.
I'm missing the gratuitous hot chick.
Yeah, and and then the adult humor was too heavy-handed.
Really?
I didn't need, in the first movie, there's a masturbation joke in it. I'm like, really? I mean,
really?
Yes, there is.
Oh my God! So they've slated some of the.
Yeah, and in the second movie, one of the little robots humps Megan Fox's leg.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, toilet humor. I mean, really?
Yeah, and it's just that's not how you do humor for the grown-ups as well as the kids. I don't,
No,
the parent has to explain to the kid why he's doing that. That doesn't make sense.
Maybe it just makes it uncomfortable.
And there was some drug use in the second film as well. Where Sam's mom eats some brownies and acts all weird and shit on the college campus. So it was funny, but it's not how you act.
It doesn't appropriate to the to the original story.
That's not how you act when you eat brownies.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, or when you eat edibles. So
that's not true. When those brownies happen, that's kind of how you
So yeah, fine. Yeah, bring in the next movie. Keep Michael Bay away from it.
I will miss my guy. One man alone.
That's right. Betrayed by the country he loves. Yeah.
You're not alone. I'm sitting right here.
That's right. There were parts of each of the last 4 that I really liked, like the forced fight scene in Revenge of the Fallen, and the final, almost the whole third act in Chicago and Dark of the Moon. You're seeing like State Street and LaSalle Street, getting blown up and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And having to see some of that for real live happen, so that was a cool thing.
Yeah, it was nice.
Those are the things you don't. Those are the things you never soon forget. You know.
Yeah, I got a picture of Bumblebee. I still have it on my phone. It's one of the first pictures I ever took with an Apple device, or with a modern smartphone. So.
It's funny.
That is cool.
Admit, most of the "we're destroying the city" happens in either like New York or Washington or LA. Transformers is like the first one where it's like, yeah, we're gonna blow up Chicago.
Yeah, and they did. I mean, the whole summer of 2010, it was a mess downtown.
Yeah, well.
They had rubble all over especially along the river.
Yeah.
Chicago Avenue. Yeah, they had all kinds of stuff going on there.
Amazing.
All right. Is it time?
Yes, it's time.
All right.
Here we go again, folks.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So you wanna? I know you have some stories. Do you want me to read one while you figure out what you got from one of our listeners, Scott Brown?
You go ahead. Put one in.
All right. I'll do this one first.
Put one in a hopper.
We'll put one in the hopper. Lottery winner claims jackpot wearing scream mask to hide his identity. It's on our Facebook page. You can see it.
Why?
Wait, here's the best part. Take a wild guess where this happened, Ivan.
I don't know. Some corner store somewhere? Where?
Kingston, Jamaica, man.
Oh, wow.
The winner won 158.4 million Jamaican, which is about 1.2 in U.S. currency. The super jackpot lotto winner wore a mask from the 1996 horror movie Scream to pick up his grand prize. He was only identified as A. Campbell and waited 54 days to claim his ticket. Quote from him, I looked at my ticket, ran into the bathroom, I said I won from the day I found out I've been sick. My head hurt me for 3 days because I was thinking so much. Wondering if what I had been longing for really comes true. I had a bellyache for 2 weeks, sometimes feeling so much pain I forgot I won, he chuckled. But yeah, he went in there's one way to make sure that no one knows who won, which is...
Yeah, because, man, that's a whole lot of people come out of a wall once they know you got money, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's like literally like head to toe. He's got like the Scream mask on. He's got almost like a full-on smock. His hands are covered in gloves. I mean, he looks like a serial killer. Serial killer. It's like literally you can sit there and say serial killer wins lottery. He's gonna kill you. But no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know no one's gonna catch it for sure now. So.
Well, maybe he used his money wisely. Lucky guy. What's our next story?
Here's one from one of our listeners, Scott. We appreciate it. Thanks for bringing this in to our attention. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Here's one from NJ.com, which is True Jersey. And there's a video. Obviously, we can't show a video, but apparently a man in Newark went to a McDonald's and released a rat in the restaurant.
No.
A man armed with a burly, menacing-looking white rat caused mayhem in a McDonald's in Newark last week. This was posted on the 11th of February.
Oh, my goodness.
We released the four-legged creature at the fine dining institution. And when the overweight rodent hit the tile floor, dozens of people frantically scattered as if the rat was out to steal their Big Macs. No, as of the time this article was written, no arrests have been made, but a Newark police spokeswoman said the department is investigating. There's a video someone posted on Facebook user FE Bugout, released a 42-second video and first reported by the RLS Metro Breaking News, shows a man and an eager young child walking into a Broad Street restaurant. The child tells the man he would like to touch the rat. As the animal is confined to a clear plastic case, the child does not get to touch the rat. As they enter the restaurant, onlookers begin to realize the man is really about to walk into a McDonald's and set the rat free. They are dumbfounded, and they are indeed not loving it. And when the rat soon realizes the newfound power it yields, it nonchalantly begins to inspect its surroundings, causing bedlam. People nearly trample each other over as some hopped over tables and chairs. Others ran out as quickly as possible. And the owner-operator of the franchise, Celeste Quintana, the safety of our customers and the cleanliness of our restaurants are our top priorities. Shortly after the video ended, the rat exited the restaurant through the front door, according to a McDonald's spokeswoman. So it didn't make its way to the kitchen. I don't know if they had to close the establishment or not, but
yeah,
it's a rat.
On a big day.
Oh, that's another one. Movie quote. Yeah, you dirty rat.
Oh, that's right. Little Caesar, right?
Edward G. Robinson. You'll never get me, copper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's right. You dirty rat. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
But, I'm on top of the world, ma.
I'm on top of the world, ma. Yeah. Read some of those old gangster movies.
I might just take the chair or something and start trying to hit the rat or something. I don't know. Nobody get my Big Mac. Screw that. This is why you go through the drive-thru. You go through the drive-thru.
You have to look around with what goes on indoors.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I went into a McDonald's and I ate inside the McDonald's.
Yeah, that's not a no.
I'll get it to go and then go and leave. Or I'll even eat in the car. Like,
I'm with you.
McDonald's doesn't register as home food. No, it's car food.
Or just take it home and eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the last time I actually physically ate in a McDonald's might have been the 50th McDonald's downtown, which is now technically defunct.
Okay. Jeff, what's the next story?
Next story. This one's from Mike. And it goes along with the theme of late about certain types of food, which is man batters girlfriend with burrito.
Now, we had the story last week about was it a pork chop?
Something like that.
All this food porn. Keep going.
Yeah, lots of food talk today, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting my Girl Scout cookies tomorrow, actually.
See? Why do you have to say that, man?
I got my pusher is in town, so.
Yeah, seriously.
You're getting a little baggie full of them cookies, huh?
I swear to God, trying to avoid those girls is impossible.
They'll be parked in front of the Walgreens or the Walmart.
Yeah. Or their parents.
Yeah, they'll catch you just as you're leaving. They know you bought shit, so that's why they do it.
So more food, more dangerous food.
Yeah, and of course, this takes place in Florida. This was on February 12th. For the second time in as many weeks, a Florida man has been arrested. Wait, he did this more than once? For the second time in as many weeks, a Florida man has been arrested for battering a woman with a burrito.
Oh my God.
Ala Koala, 41, got in an argument with his girlfriend in their Port Richey residence after he allegedly shoved the woman into a chair in their bedroom. He threw a burrito at her, striking her in the face with a food.
What a waste of a burrito! Oh my goodness!
Oh gosh. When the sheriff's deputy arrived at the home in response to the 911 call, the woman had contents of the burrito dispersed around her face, neck, left chest, and shoulder area. So basically it became a taco salad. He's kind of a fun guy. Apparently, wait, here comes the best. The mugshot is from 2017, which means he's just
Oh, shit.
He left the area before cops arrived and refused to return home when contacted on his cell phone. He subsequently turned off his phone, and no further contact was made. Yeah, I would imagine that would probably be a good plan.
Yeah. Gentlemen, give me 10 seconds. I'll be right back.
You know, here's the thing, Mike. This makes sense. At least he's not dumb, which is he turned off his phone and stopped answering the phone. Because at least if he had gone the other way with this, they pinged the phone, and they could just follow him around. So why would you? At least he's a little bit on the smart side about this, which is leave, turn off the phone, and don't.
Got rid of the evidence.
Yeah. Let's see. They eventually caught up with him and arrested him on a misdemeanor domestic battery charge. I think they're missing a misuse of food charge.
Food fight.
Yeah. This guy's rap sheet includes cocaine possession, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, methamphetamine possession, domestic battery, violating probation, and possession of drug paraphernalia. And apparently,
possession of frozen food products.
Yeah. Now, and apparently, assaulting a woman with a burrito is now added to that list. The thing that I find interesting is it says for the second time in as many weeks. So in theory, he did this with a burrito twice.
Multiple times. He's a repeat offender. Assault with a burrito.
Oh, I missed this part, Mike. Apparently, we have an arrest report here. We can look at if I can open it. Another burrito attached to the document. Come on. It doesn't want to show me the document. Boo!
That's great, though, when you get, like, he's back in the police station. I was like, oh, the guy with the burrito. Remember that guy with the burrito? Yeah. He's back again. He did it again with the burrito. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah, another burrito attack. Why would you wish burritos like that?
The burrito basher. Now he needs a cool, like, hardened criminal nickname.
Yeah.
Like the burrito basher.
Yo quiero burrito basher. I don't know. I have no idea. Is that what we did?
What's that?
Did we kill you?
I'm sorry?
Did we kill you? Or is that what happened?
No, I just had to do my groovy thing, a little man taking care of time.
So you went arriba, and that's what you did.
No, it was more like, woo, had to get to the bathroom, woo.
Got it. Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Mike, do you have another story, or do you want me to keep going?
I've got another one here, another one from Scott. Thank you very much. Now, this is breaking news. This was dated today, the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, it was yesterday, okay. Because today, we're recording today on the 18th. But this was dated yesterday from the NBCNewYork.com. Mm-hmm. Apparently, at Madame Tussauds in New York, all the wax statues, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
A man knocked over a likeness of Sean P. Diddy, or Puff Daddy, or however you want to call him, at Madame Tussauds in Times Square, causing the head to fall off. And then the man stomped on the head.
What?
The suspect went to the 9th floor of the Museum of Wax Statues on Saturday evening, then started yelling at the statue of the singer and music mogul, also known as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, and Puffy. After stomping Diddy, Daddy, Duffy, Putty, Duddy, the man fled on foot. The suspect was wearing a black jacket with a hood and blue jeans, according to police. And that's all we have for now.
Did you death row forever? Because that's the only thing I can come up with.
Yeah. I mean, there's a picture here in the article of when they revealed the statue in 2009. And it looks just like him. I mean, you tell me which one is which. I'll be like, wow. Because it looks exactly like Puff Daddy.
Maybe it was somebody from Death Row. Maybe they did decided to come to a curb stop on Puffy. This is a message sent to Puffy about what happened to Tupac.
Ooh.
Maybe that's what this is.
Yeah, East Coast, West Coast, man.
Yeah, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did Tupac wrong, man.
Hey. Biggie Smalls.
That didn't go really as well.
Okay. So, yeah. At least, maybe he was trying to step on that rat that was on the floor at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe you should have smacked him with the burrito.
Okay, Jeff, next one on you, man. I'm throwing the ball. We're playing a little bit of catch here with the wacky news stories. So, Jeff, the ball's in your court.
In fairness, that wasn't a story. Man smacks Puff Daddy wax doll with a burrito. Now that's a story right there. But as long as we're going into different stuff, woman says she's done with men after having sex with 20 ghosts.
Okay. I guess she's not into feta cheese, huh?
So a woman by the name of get this name, Amethyst Realm, was done by her child 10 years ago after she caught him in bed with another man. But the other man was actually a ghost.
Bestiality!
Ivan, it's not bestiality if it's a ghost. Is it bestiality?
Oh, I thought he said goat.
No, ghost.
Not ghost.
Like,
not ghost.
So is it like the Patrick Swayze ghost, or is it like the Slimer from Ghostbusters ghost?
I don't know.
Or is it more like Casper the Friendly Ghost?
Oh, that's gross, man.
I have no idea. Ivan's being bad.
Dude, inappropriate, Ivan.
Ivan's being bad. Very bad.
Sorry.
Since then, Amethyst, why would you name your child Amethyst? She had to rename her something.
Yeah, she named her.
Amethyst has gone on to have more than 20 spirit lovers and says the sexual experience is so intense she'd never go back to a human lover.
So she likes your love light and airy, huh?
There is a video of this. All I can say is Amethyst Realm. She sounds like she's on Pornhub. That's just me.
They could be of interest to actually find out if this is indeed so.
Realm, kind of like weird. Realm is too weird of a last name. I see Amethyst as a porn name, but not Realm. Realm? That's another...
Realm, I mean, would you like to come explore my realms?
Yeah, well, there's that. Or maybe it's like that.
I'm sorry, Jeff. What was that? Ivan was laughing.
Oh, that scene in Ghostbusters. Is it Dan Aykroyd or Harold Ramis who gets filleted by a ghost or something?
It was a dream that Dan Aykroyd was having, where a ghost goes down on him, and then he wakes up and he falls out of the bunk bed on top of the other two guys or something like that.
And then how about you actually really had that happen to him, where she really did kind of like did do the deed?
No, that was a dream he was having.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, that's a good movie.
Yeah, still holds up. Yeah, he slimed me. That's another movie quote.
There you go.
You got any other? So that happened. You got anything? Actually, I do have a follow-up that makes sense to go here.
Ooh, we like follow-up. We can throw wacky stories all day. It's only rare we get a follow-up to another wacky story.
Well,
okay. Well, let's follow up with this wacky story.
This kind of falls under the same umbrella of undead, which is that they're apparently, according to, I'm looking at a story here that says a woman married her zombie doll.
Nobody's too late.
Well, a 21-year-old woman from Massachusetts married her doll. With surprisingly no birth certificate. They've been in a relationship since this woman was 16. After finding Callie on a creepy doll website at 13, they got married in Rhode Island for $500 with a family of 4 families and 8 of her doll's presents. Despite her zombie-like appearance, she claims that she loves her doll deeply. I bet she does. She says, I married the doll because I accept her for who she is. I look past her bloody face, and I don't mind having a jaw.
There's some people, especially in this Walking Dead era now, like some people, hey man, they find their fetish is like, how do people find zombies? They're sexually attracted to zombies. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the whole zombie thing, that kind of falls into the whole gothic thing, which, I mean, it played out for a little while back in like the 80s and sometimes and somewhere in the 90s, but then hasn't like been resurrected as much as it is now.
Hey, Ivan, does Logan Arcade still have the Walking Dead game?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I have to bring Testament back.
You will have to bring Testament back. We also got the new Monsters game.
Oh, is it a pinball?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Then of course we got the Batman game. I think were you around when the Batman game came out?
Yeah, I went to last. I think it was 2 years. Either last year. I was on vacation last year. I saw you DJ for a little bit. And yeah, I played the Batman 66 game. Yeah.
Oh,
so anyway, zombie doll fetish. Yeah, that's not like now it's common now. Like you hear all these stories in Japan where these guys marry their Japanese dolls or their robot dolls or their Nintendo dolls or even their pillows with printed pictures of anime characters or whatever. And it's my new wife. It's like, no, it's not. It's a fucking pillow. And literally, it's a fucking pillow. It's what he's doing with it. So.
Well, yeah, what they did with Mike was fuck the pillow. Yes, that's probably what happened.
Yes, excuse me, leave alone. Point the pillow. What?
You got anything else, Mike? Or
we got one more from Scott, and then I'll close it out. Speaking of fucking.
There you go.
Now, this is out of this is a Yahoo News, but this is stories from Petersfield in England. A Tinder-inspired app is helping farmers match up potential partners for their livestock.
Yay!
Instead of Tinder, it's called Tudder. Tudder. It's a mix of dating app Tinder and Udder. It lets farmers swipe right on cattle they like the look of. Farmers are swiping right for their cows now. They are directed to a page on the Sell My Livestock website where they can browse more pictures and data about the animals before deciding whether or not to buy them. And valuable information is available on matters like milk yield, protein content, calving potential. So, yeah, matching livestock. Here's the one that says that, what's the name of this guy? Doug Brainer, CEO of Hector Agritech, which runs Sell My Livestock, and GrainDex, a UK-based online agritech trading platform, says matching livestock online is even easier to do than it is to match humans because there's a huge amount of data that sits behind these wonderful animals that predicts what their offspring will be. Like,
wow.
So, launching just in time for Valentine's Day, the makers believe Tudder is the first ever matchmaking app for livestock.
Well, they're
Cow's going to get some.
Okay.
When they're in the mood.
Okay. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Exactly.
Good Lord.
All right, well, just going to be his cows today. In this Me Too movement, you really gotta
moo.
Actually, in this case, it would be the Moo Too movement.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's all for tonight. Good night. We'll see you next week on Squares Roundtable.
Now we got some more.
That's all. Good night.
Because we got some real. We continue to have some good stuff here. This was kind of a fun week because for $5,000. You can hunt Bigfoot with Jose Canseco.
What?
I'm not kidding. You can
Jose Canseco?
Jose Canseco, the former MVP of Major League Baseball, has basically said you can come spend the day with me and my alien buddies and I'll show you Bigfoot and in a real alien call and real alien.
Holy shit!
Apparently it's to, it's spend the weekend with Jose for 5,000 cats. Only 5 lucky individuals will Forget to get it, the golden ticket. Oompa Loompa ain't got nothing on Bigfoot. Travel in his custom RV, the authentic alien sightings and proven Bigfoot habitat. Camp out in the wild, tell stories, and maybe meet a real Bigfoot. You never know what's going to happen with Mr. Canseco, food included. Only serious inquirers, please. I will help you book your flights to Vegas. Send itineraries. Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Wow.
Apparently the first excursion is already full. All I gotta say is, upon reading this, anybody thinking Ja Rule behind this, and this is more of that fire thing? You know what I'm talking about, right? You guys have,
yeah.
That fire music thing that went to hell and back to south. I can't believe it. Jose Canseco, because of all the people who would take me to find Bigfoot, I was definitely thinking Jose Canseco. How about you?
No, not at all.
Yeah, Jose Canseco was at the top of that list.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Jose Canseco, I'm so unimpressed. I'm like, what? What is that all about?
I just want to know what kind of drugs he's smoking.
Oh, I don't know. No, that ain't a smoking drug, my man. That's a woohoo up the nose drug going there.
I just want to know if he's going to hit him with a burrito.
Is it going to be
Probably.
the Harry and the Hendersons? Like John
Yeah,
Lithgow?
Yeah, really. Some guy dressed up. Some guy
Harry
dressed up.
and the Hendersons. Now, I ain't thought about that in a minute.
Yeah,
Although
some
I
guy
did
dressed
it
up in a
with
Bigfoot outfit going, Probably don't
Speaking of
even
which, David Prowse is going to be at Star Wars Celebration.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's who Jose Canseco is paying.
Yeah. Send Jose to Star Wars Celebration. Just
it's like, hey, that Bigfoot looks like Chewbacca. Yeah, really. Well, what else you got, Mike?
That's it.
Do you have any more? Okay, I got a few more.
Make them quick. Lightning round.
Lightning round. Trying to make it as fast as possible here. Woman quits her job to breastfeed her boyfriend every 2 hours.
Okay.
She's sure milking that task.
Oh, man.
Well, talking about titillation. Okay.
Okay, well, she quit her job, focused on breastfeeding her 36-year-old bodybuilder boyfriend, to live in a global breastfeeding relationship. In fairness, she is not bad looking. This guy looks like a psycho. Apparently it helps she was reading about how it can help to create a bond between two people. I bet it can.
Not in those terms, babe. No.
Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe she needs that other thing.
Yeah, they'll be watching the move video.
Yeah,
that's
maybe she used the Tutter app.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this one has a lot of milk yield content. Yeah, I'll go see her.
Yeah, recream this out.
So, two altar boys were arrested for putting weed in the Sense Bureau at a local cathedral. It started as a joke, ended with the future of two altar boys in spades. They were detained overnight after having surprised them by putting weed in the essentially incense burner. We can get through the story. I'm just like, the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. Several assistants stated that in this occasion, the Holy Priestess was certainly covered in an odd smell. That smell is always, it was a familiar smell. Wait, how was it familiar? I know. But could not relate to anything but in my son's bedroom sometimes. Wait, how do they have... Oh, this has got to be non-priest assistants. Okay. Okay. I was like, wait, how are priests having kids? That's not legal. These altar boys were arrested by the police after confirming the strange spell was marijuana. It was a joke. The idea came during Christmas Eve Mass when we brought no more than a half a kilo of weed and we dropped it in the incense burner.
Into the incense burner. And they're waving this thing all up and down the pews.
You're allowed this quote. We are sure that the people have left the cathedral more happier than ever. That was their theory. The boys were discharged without charges, but they cannot be altar boys anymore. Probably not choir boys either because they're singing a different tune.
Breaking news, I have another story.
Oh, okay.
Scott just keeps sending them in. We appreciate it. A vegan bride has uninvited her meat-eating guests from the wedding.
Oh, good God.
Now, you get those people who will remind you every 10 minutes that they're vegan.
Yeah.
Now, a bride-to-be has a lot of people talking about who she is and isn't inviting to her upcoming wedding. Not only does the woman want her guests to eat vegan on her wedding day, she wants them to give up animal products forever. Anyone who refused was promptly uninvited, including her mom and 2 cousins who were bridesmaids.
Oh, wow.
She's uninvited her mother because she refuses to give up meat.
Wow, that's a
This might have stayed a private matter, but the bride posted something on a Facebook group called Vegan Revolution, asking for advice about her omnivorous family, guilt-tripping her into hosting murderers. Delicious murder. As for reasoning, the bride, who is 20 years old, says even though her loved ones were originally invited and agreed to a vegan menu that day, she couldn't go forward knowing that she would go back to eating meat the next day. She also claims that many in her family are anti-vegan and will attack her vegan friends. And so we got another food fight, so it would seem. At least one of those family members responded saying they have been nothing but supportive and are hurt by the bride's decision, uninviting her meat-eating guests and friends and family. How about that? Wow.
Wow. Yeah, she's good.
I remember playing Vegan Revolution. You have to do all those dance moves, right?
Yeah.
You just have to
I was terrible at that.
I wasn't very good at it either.
No.
Couple other stories that we've got. I think this one is also from Scott, but I posted it. Warning in a Kansas Home Depot bathroom, mistaken for a bomb threat.
No.
A 911 caller reported a bomb threat in Wichita. Who made what may have been a bomb threat. That's an audio release.
Guess that I'm gonna get you.
He said, somebody told me there's a bomb.
I got one here.
I'm sorry, starting again, Jeff.
Sorry.
Apparently there was a warning in a Kansas Home Depot bathroom mistaken for a bomb threat. Apparently somebody called in 911, said we have a customer here. He said somebody told me that there's a bomb in here and you need to leave the building. He said it 3 times. As you can take a wild guess, the bomb was not a real bomb. But I don't think you wanted to go into that stall for a while.
He was just dropping slang.
Yeah.
He was going to blow up the bathroom.
he was dropping them off at the pool. Right.
My understanding is he blew it up all right. So, yeah.
Light a match, start a fire.
You know all about that because we all know there are some places we don't go where we have to do something serious. I'm not going in that toilet. I'll wait till I can get home.
Here's the thing.
Not after that, man.
If you're going to call somebody, why are you calling 911 to brag? That good? You think it's going to be that good?
That's craziness, I mean.
Speaking of crazy, I do love my girl Pink, but she admits that back in 2003 she was a little stressed And that stress included that she was mad at Carrie Hart, the bike guy, and she required several stitches after deciding to tire slash his car.
Wow. Wow.
I got clean through on the first one, Pink says. He has a raised F250, and those tires are thick. Thank you very much. Second one, I lost a little steam. I hit the metal part. My hand just went straight down the knife. I got 13 stitches, but here's the thing. I don't need anesthesia. I couldn't feel a thing. I'm telling you, do not mess with Pink. She's a badass.
I got 2 words for that.
What's that?
Yeah.
So what?
Okay. I'm just saying, if there's any...
She is, so what? I am a rock star. I got my rock moves. I'm going to slash your tires. Anyway. Okay, I'm done.
She didn't want to carry underwear, like beat his car and all that stuff,
I'm taking a cue from the Carrie Underwood song, yeah.
Yeah, that's side of his pretty little 4-wheel drive. Yeah, that'd be about right. It's funny, we keep talking about Disney being so very, very wholesome. Well, explain this one to me, because now Disney parks are now selling alcoholic popsicles.
Alcoholic popsicles?
Yes. They look like Swiss Pops. One of them is called Caribbean Breeze Sorbet, and the other is called Lemon Drop Martini Sorbet.
Is this at the parks or on the cruise ships?
On the parks.
Really?
Wow. Have a shot in the pop here.
It says more alcohol than a glass of wine.
Shit.
Yeah.
Concentrated booze.
The Buzz Pop cocktails are being featured in the Paddlefish restaurant in Disney Springs, which may be a somewhat ominous venue to feature this adult treat. The restaurant is modeled after an old-time riverboat and located on the waterfront, which could be a bit too much for motion-sensitive diners who obvious to booze could with these well, you get the idea. So yeah, apparently you can walk around the park and lick some pops and get nasty.
I'm gonna have to see some ID, kid. Huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna throw up on you. And finally, apparently there's some people who are trying to figure out ways to help with the debt. So someone created a petition to sell Montana to Canada.
Why?
Apparently,
pay off the debt.
They want to sell it for the relatively cheap price of $1 trillion. According to this, on Change.org, at the time of when this article came out, over 5,300 people had already signed the petition to go and sell what would be the home of Yellowstone National Park, and it would be turned over to Canada.
Wow.
Okay. Good luck with that.
So yeah, essentially they would be taking Montana. Why would you want? Why would they think anyone would want to buy Montana for $1 trillion? What's the thought process there? What's the thought process there? Why would you want to buy Montana for $1 trillion? What in the hell? You want to speed?
Slightly further south?
I guess. What do you do about Yellowstone at that point? What do you do about Mount Rushmore?
Now, Mount Rushmore's in the Dakotas.
Oh, is it? Oops. All right. Well, there you go. There's the answer.
It's either North or South Dakota. I don't remember.
Yeah, well. Why is there? Yeah, what is with that? Why is there like a North Dakota and a South Dakota? Why is there a North Carolina?
If you're gonna take Montana, take that head of Montana, Miley Cyrus too.
Yeah, really. Actually, take her father and that achy breaky heart of his.
Leave the old man alone. He's getting his royalties. He's keeping quiet.
Yeah.
Well, he's not saying much. Not after that little stint that she went through there for a bit.
Well, that Wrecking Ball song was, well, anyway. All right, that's all I got this week.
Yeah, speaking of wrecking balls, it's time to wreck this one and get out of here.
Yeah, so,
we're running late today.
Mike, tell them how they can reach us and what they can do and all those other things.
Squares of the Round Table podcast. We are most active on Facebook. That is obviously where you can find all these funny stories and videos of the crazy rat running around in the McDonald's. If you want to see it, it is probably, we'll put it there for you to view. We're also on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. I'm going to try and be a little more active on those two. I just use them just to post the podcast and try to get a little more action on there, using that hashtag. But I want to get a little more active on there. If you want to send us an email, that's fine too. We are our email address is sotrtpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening on PodBean. That's I can talk. And, of course, we're on YouTube as well. Subscribe, click the bell. We appreciate it very much. Thank you so much for listening. On behalf of Jeff and Ivan, we gone.
Good night. Good day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Peace out.